assignment group
อะไรนะ
ไม่รู้อาจารย์ส่ง assignment group มานี่ก็ไม่รู้ทำไว้ก่อนเพราะว่านั่งดิสคัทกับเพื่อนไม่ได้
มันบอกว่า
ถามไม่ยินถามทำงานทุกอย่างไหมอ่ะ
น่าจะ10 ต่อ
งานวันเนี้ย
ไม่
เนี่ย
มันเหมือนให้มีเดียว
TC
ถาม
mail
เอาเหรอ
to information
ไม่ได้อ่าน
เลยไม่ได้อ่ะ
from your own country ไม่ถาม information from your own country
อยู่ไหนเนาะประจวบ
หายากเลย
ทำแล้ว
search for the stakeholder need from your
ปิดไว้ก่อนเขิน
ดูว่าทีมที่พยายามทำก็เลยเห็นทีมที่พยายามทำก็เลยดูว่ามันทำยังไง
ปล่อยมันไป
Alright. Is everybody here? Your team people? Okay, good. Okay. Is it okay for myself? The voice is okay? Okay. You hear? Good. All right. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is very English Actually, I'm teaching on mainly on the sport, physiotherapy, and also neuromechanics in sport. Okay. So the topic today will be the part of the outcome-based education. Okay, I'm sure that you already learned some part from Mantana for this course. Alright. Okay, before I'm gonna start, I would like to know you guys first. Again, sometimes. Oh, you have the name tag. Good. I have one.
ไม่มีชื่อ
Alright. And you expect me to pronounce it correctly? C, right?
Yeah.
How to pronounce? How to pronounce it? C G one.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. From China.
เย็นมากเลยอ่ะฉันแบบ
Susah from Myanmar. Okay.
กระดาษมันเปิด
Indonesia.
I can make it.
Oh my god. You from Bangladesh? Okay. Kiwi. Okay, we met.
ได้
Da from
Thailand
Thailand. Title from Thailand. My family là Thailand. Huh? Wing.
Yeah, I'm from Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Coach
Perth.
from Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. Okay. Wow. Interesting. New from Thailand. Thailand.
Okay.
Philippines. Okay. Thai people supposed to spread around. I'm supposed to be in like a flow now. Okay. The reason that I take this part for the outcome-based education because I'm an assessor for the quality assurance for the education. I'm sure that you heard about the AUNQA, maybe. Of course, because this program got the accreditation from AUNQA, the ASEAN Quality Network, the ASEAN University Network Quality Assurance, all right, for the education level. Okay, so I am one of the assessors, so that's the reason why I take this topic. I'm sure that I always ask students like this: how many of you plan to go back to be lecturer? 1, 2. Not go back because you are here. Okay. How many of you want to be a lecturer? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
just one
6, okay, good, 7. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Okay, so that's the reason why, because at the beginning of this program, I'm sure that Jamantana mentioned about this. I don't know, but I think she has been mentioned about this because this is, it seems like this is the first international program for the ASEAN level, ASEAN country that will be in the international program. Okay, so that's the reason why. For PT ourselves in Thailand, we started with the master program also, but in Thai, right? And back then, we expect to produce more lecturers to the university because think about my generation, I think like 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, right? So we don't have that many lecturers in PT. So that's the reason why we have the master in PT Thai program. And then later we develop the international program. After we have sufficient staff and the lab equipment, so we think that we have to do it. That's the reason why we have this program. And this is one of the course when I was master student in here, I have to take a course that we call it like a teaching class. We don't have the PowerPoint that time, you know, the slide, the transparency, the slide projector, that you have to write everything on the projector and then use the projector. So the teacher will teach us how to use, how to design the slide, how to make the conclusion, how to stand, and how to teach, how to decide the questions, those kind of things. So I'm sure that this course will be benefit for the people who want to go back to be a teacher. Okay, I'm sure that. But for the people who want to go back to be clinician, I'm sure that when you get back there, people will expect you something, right? Because you graduated from master program. Let's say like you work on the TMS, TDCS, or whatsoever exercise, all right? So I'm sure that when you go back to your country, you may have to present or do some training for your friend, I'm sure. So this will be a part that you can organize your training, okay? After finish this course, I'm sure that you're gonna know how to organize it at the beginning, how to decide the outcome, what you expect the people to get from you after you train them, like that, okay? So that's the reason why I'm here today. Again, I'm sure you got the slides already, right? Sometimes I just put so many things in there, don't worry. Mainly, I will try to finish everything within 1 hour. This is possible. But less than 2 hours later can be your job to do. Okay? Okay, start with this. I'm sorry. Is it warm?
Yeah.
What happened? You know you can adjust it, right? But it doesn't work.
เดี๋ยวมันจะค่อยๆลดขึ้นใช่เดี๋ยวมันจะ
Okay, I'll whatever. Okay. I'm sorry. All right. So start with the course learning outcome for this program. Okay. So the course learning outcome is for this topic I will cover for the course learning outcome number 1 and number 2. So after you finish this one, you must be able to explain the course. You must be able to explain the principle of curriculum design for PT education program. Okay? And for the second outcome, you must be able to explain the characteristics of outcome-based education, lifelong learning, and effective learning. Okay? So this will be the course learning outcome. Okay? Is it similar? Yes. definitely, but different pattern. After I send it to you, I read again and change again. Okay, this is my habit. I'm sorry, man. This is not good. Okay, one thing you need to know: our educational philosophy. Have you ever heard about this word? What is the educational philosophy? The philosophy is going to be the thing that we believe. Okay, we of physiotherapy lecturer believe that this will be the way to groom you guys to achieve the goal. Alright? So our educational philosophy is outcome-based education. Okay? The constructivism. What does the constructivism mean? Construct, that means you have to produce something, construct something. Alright? So we expect after you finish this program, you must be able to design your experiment, design your research, harvest the information, collect data, analyze, and come up with the knowledge that you want to study. So we use the concept or the philosophy of the constructivism. So please understand that the way to make you construct something, that means you have to work more. Okay, this is just the beginning. How many weeks already? 3? 3 or 4 weeks. How many assignments? What do you may multiply it now? Okay. How many months? Okay, let's say like you have 4 months for this semester. Okay, let's say like you have like 10 assignments already. 4 months. Yes. Okay, you have to do that. No excuse, because we believe that this will be the way. But if it's too much, because we're concerned about the workload also, right? So if it's too much, let us know. Just know. I don't know. But anyway, I will try my best to negotiate for you. Alright? And the last one will be the learning center. So it's not student center, alright? It's learning center. So we use the learning center as a principle, as a philosophy to guide you guys. Okay? No student center. Okay? No teacher center also. Learning center. Okay? Sounds good. Wonderful now. Okay. Okay. So for this topic, I want you to do 2 things. Explain about the OPE concepts. That will be the thing that you must be able to explain. Okay? And I'm sure this is too huge for you maybe. I want you to develop the expected learning outcome. Okay, for PT program. We will talk later what is expected learning outcome. Okay? Okay. So I will go like real quick for the concept of the outcome-based education. So the outcome-based education, that means we manage the education or the curriculum to make sure that everything that you manage, you implement to the student, will drive the student to achieve the outcome that you propose. So the key concept of the expected learning outcome, that means the student must be able to do what you expect after they graduate. Okay? So expected learning outcome is one thing. Okay? Expected learning outcome is one thing. And in WPT, the World Physiotherapy, they mention about the competence-based learning outcome. So if you ask me what are the difference between expected learning outcome and competence-based learning outcome, what is the competence? The thing that student or PT must perform or show us that they have this before they graduate, right? So it's quite similar for the meaning, but when you use a different term, the competence gonna show specific performance for our professional. Do the physician have the competence base? Yes. The nurse also have the competence base. Okay. So, but for the expected learning outcome, it will be a little bit wider, cover the thing that we can, let's say like this. If you want the student to be able, after finish this program for the PT entry level, after graduate, the PT must be able to manage the case in musculoskeletal problem or follow PT professional. If the expected learning outcome be like this. So manage, what does this mean for manage? From your sense, from your understanding. Am I confusing you? No. So what is the answer then? So let's say like if you say that after graduate at the entry level, you must be able to manage the case on musculoskeletal problem, follow the PT professional. So the definition of manage, right? So that means you have to be able to get the patients, interview, find out the problem, do the physical exam, plan the treatment, set the long-term, short-term goal, follow the ICD-10, or whatsoever. There are so many things that you have to do, right? Those things are competence. It seems like a checklist. You have to do this. So if you can do all the competence, achieve all the competence, that means you're gonna achieve that expected learning outcome. But this one for the musculoskeletal case, but actually for PT, do we have just only the MS? No, we hope have a whole bunch of it, right? So some program they may write like a wider. The after graduate for this entry level must be able to manage physiotherapy, the patient with manage PT condition, following the regulation of your council, of the PT council of the country, something like that. And the rest will be the competence that you have to go to see the detail. Okay, so that will be the difference between expected learning outcome. So for the expected learning outcome, you can write like a wider, cover everything. But for the expected learning outcome itself, they may have like some detail underneath that. Okay, so back to the outcome-based education. So the outcome-based education means the way that you manage the program or training to drive the student to achieve the expected learning outcome. Okay? So sometimes it's not follow the slide now, you don't have to worry, okay? Like I mentioned earlier, so when we talk about teaching and learning, okay, when you design the course or training will be similar. You have to think about one thing. You have to think about educational philosophy also. Like I mentioned earlier, this the first slide about the educational philosophy of this program. Okay, you have to put that one into the idea to decide the expected learning outcome also. So that means learning outcome means what the student can do after finish in which level. Okay, if you say like expected learning outcome for the course level, that will be the course learning outcome. But if we talk about the program level, the expected learning outcome at the program level will be the program learning outcome. And if we talk about the level of the topics, let's say like today topics, that will be lesson learning outcome. So the expected learning outcome is like a whole bunch of it. but you can make it in the program level, course level, or lesson level. Okay? So if you want to go back to set up the training, okay? So what you want to do for your research? Ken.
About investigating the effects of vibrational therapy and chronic
What kind of what therapy?
vibrational.
Vibrational therapy. Okay, so when Ken, I don't know if you're gonna do it or not, but anyway, interesting. When you get back, cardiopulmonary, right?
And
No,
MSK, chronic low back pain.
vibrate on that. Okay, interesting. Lovely. I like the idea. Okay, when you go back to your country, Ken may set up, hey, this is a new intervention that I found out, right? For the vibration, I don't know what you're gonna do. But anyway, he's gonna set the training to use this intervention. So you have to have like the program, right? For training, and have to write the program. So you have to write the objective or the outcome. After the people come to this training with Ken, after finish the training, what this PT gonna be able to do? How many hours that you think we need to train? Let's say like one day, 8 hours? Oh no, just only 4 hours, that's fine. Or maybe, no, this is like only in the department training, we have just only 1 hour. So what's gonna be the difference? The difference is the duration of training, right? So what do you expect? The longer duration and the shorter duration. Do you think it's gonna affect to the learning outcome? How? Have you ever talked to your senior? Not yet. Okay. I always ask 2 questions. Every time that you answer the questions, I will ask these just only 2 questions. Okay? How and why. It doesn't mean you are wrong. But from your point of view, the shorter duration and the longer duration, how these 2 affect to the learning outcome that you're gonna set.
The more active period.
Right. You have longer practice period, right? So you can expect a little bit more for the outcome. But if you have just only 1 hour, you expect to do like hands-on in 1 hour and get everything? No. Maybe yes, but you have to shuffle it or maybe cut it down in some certain level. Okay, so one key thing is when you decide the course, you decide the learning outcome, you must think about the duration or the time also. All right, don't worry. We will try and we will do the writing for the learning outcome. Okay. I hope I will not make you confused and don't want to be teacher anymore. Okay. All right. Actually, before the outcome-based education, everything belong to teacher. In my generation, what the teacher want to teach, they just teach. They don't care which level. Let's say like when I was in high school, I don't talk about PT now. I don't want to gossip our professional, but anyway, talk about in my high school. The physics course, all physics, mathematics, chemistry, biology course. I never used the high school exam. All questions come from the university level. I don't understand why, but you know, Chulalongkorn University, Mahidol University. There are so many universities that teach that get good in biology. Let's say like Faculty of Science in Mahidol University. The question will be, or the examination will be the examination for the first year at Mahidol University for the biology. The examination for the chemistry will be the faculty of science from Chulalongkorn University. The physics and mathematics come from the faculty of engineer, Chulalongkorn University. I'm high school, hello. But the teacher wants to do it. Do you think it's fair? Why? Huh? But when they teach at that level. I don't study like high school student. You have to study like the first year, and then I don't. It's too much for me, so I'm not good at that. Just try, okay? But back then I don't understand why. So that means the design of everything come from what? From teacher. Okay? Come from teacher. One interesting thing is because if you use the standard questions or the standard exam, so one interesting reason from the teacher side, I don't say this is right or wrong, but one interesting reason from the teacher side, they explain that because if you use the standard, we cannot make every school have the same performance in our country. We cannot have just okay, this standard is enough, but we have to know this is the standard, right? But for different school, you have to reach the standard. But for different school, if you can challenge or emphasize the student to gain more, they think they must do it. Similar like PT. Do we have the standard as a PT in your country, in different universities? Yes, of course, we have the competence of PT at entry levels. But different universities can have different perspective. At least, at minimum, you have to reach the standard. But the rest, let's say like, if you want to be good in musculoskeletal, you can do research more, train something more for this population. But if you want to be good in neurology or neuroscience, you have to come. That's the reason why when I was a PT student, we can name that which university is good in which career. Alright, back then, if you want to do good in musculoskeletal, you have to come here, Mahidol University. If you want to do good in neurology, you have to go to Chiang Mai University. If you want to do cardiopulmonary, where is it? Khon Kaen University. Can you see that? So back then, we don't say out loud, but the thing that teacher try to train the student show like that. Okay? What does it mean? It means when you decide a program, the key important person, not just only the student, it comes from the academic staff also. Alright? And of course, from the requirements of all the stakeholders. We will talk about it later. Okay? So, talk too much. Back to the slide. So, back then, think about the teacher. I want to teach this. Let's say like I have PhD in neuroscience. When I come back, I will go deep down to molecular level. Everything gonna go to protein. Even your breathing have to explain by protein. Is it possible? Can vibration explain by protein? You want to see that? Can't say, I don't want to talk about vibration anymore. But anyway, because this will be the thing. If everything depends on me, so I will lead you to study something that might not be related to PT that much. Alright? So that's the reason why the shifting from teaching to learning, what you need to learn, what kind of learning that's important for you, and we shift from the skill practice to be more thinking. So that's the reason why you heard about the word clinical reasoning, decision making, critical thinking, those kind of words, right? They try to shift the pattern because back then, mobilization, just mobilization, okay? Special test, just special test. When you plus this 1, 2, 3, and you make diagnosis, and then go to the treatment. But now they try to emphasize more. Okay, if you want to do the accessory movement test, you have to explain everything, think about everything, and make connection among the dots. All right, before you go to the treatment. And next will be the change from the content to the process. Not just only the content that you have to study, you have to have like the process of the study and learning, okay? And need the student to demonstrate. So that's the reason why you have so many assignments, because you have to show us that you can do it, all right? Outcome. Okay. The rest of the slide, if you're interested, you can read now. Okay, and I'm sure, okay, I promise one thing. I will not have like the lecture exam. It's good. No lecture exam. Just send me your homework. Okay? Okay. Put the pen down. That's fine. Just listen. I know you guys. Okay. For the outcome-based model, so we talk about the expected learning outcome at the beginning, right? So for after you have the expected learning outcome, the thing that you need to do later, that means you have to decide. Okay, we go to the assessment first. You have to decide how you're going to measure the student that to make sure that they achieve the learning outcome that you want them to achieve. Let's say like this, you may say like, okay, understand the concept of vibration therapy in low back pain. Let's see, back to vibration. Okay? So you have to think, how can I know that my student or the people who come for this training understand the concept? How can we test for understanding in concept? What do you think? Okay. If you have to design the test, any kind of test, okay, to make sure that can train the patient, train the PT, and the PT understand the concept of vibration therapy. What kind of test that we can do to make sure the student or the PT after finish the training with Ken gonna understand the concept. Do you want them to do practice? Anyone agree? Practice? Demonstrate, like, show me how to do it. That means understand the concept. You agree? Agree? Okay. How the practice can show the understanding. When you do the exam, the lab exam, right? Like the lab exam or hand-on practice exam. How can you make sure that these people can explain or understand the concept? Are you sure that they can explain? Something stuck like us right now. I don't know how to explain it. Because the difference between practice and written exam is, have you ever heard about the word psychomotor skills? Psychomotor skill, that means the hand-on practice. So the hand-on practice that want to see your practice or want to see how you applied it to the treatment. If your learning outcome is after finish this course, the PT must be able to apply the concept to treat, to apply the concept to treat the patients with low back pain. And if it apply, the practice should be okay because they're going to apply the condition in some from the concept to the condition of the patients. But if it is just only understand the concept, explain the concept. So it should be some kind of exam, like written exam or maybe oral exam. Ask about concept, writing down about the concept to make sure that they understand concept. So if you want them to understand, just write it down clear. And if you want them to perform, write it another one. Because these are two skill sets. Okay? We call the written exam, those part will be the cognitive part in education, right? We call it a cognitive part. But for the skill set, for the hand-on practice, that is the psychomotor part. Okay? And we also have the attitude part. How you gonna see? How can we measure the attitude of the PT of the student? Do you know the word attitude, right? How can we measure in our training? Do we need to train the attitude? Let's say like if we have 1 hour for training, do we have to train the attitude? Not really, it depends. Because attitude you need times, right? But if it is like this for 2 years, some attitude can be trained. Alright? Okay, so you have to decide the assessment to make sure that you can measure the achievement of the learning outcome. And later you come to decide the teaching and learning, how you're going to teach. Okay? So again, when we come back to the teaching and learning, the same questions. If you want the people to explain what kind of teaching and learning approach that you can do. Lecture, maybe. Alright? Maybe like seminar, maybe. Alright? But if you want to have the skill, you need to train on practice. Okay? So, can the practice, can you use the practice to train the knowledge? If you want to apply, if the learning outcome is applied, it should be okay. But anyway, you have to have the lecture or assignment or discussion first to drive the understanding or the understanding of the concept before go to apply. Okay? We talk about it later about it because they're gonna have like professor to teach you how to design the teaching and learning. There are so many teaching for PT. And I'll come back to discuss with you on the assessment again later. Okay? Okay. Talk about 21st century. Who know about the, have you ever heard about this word? 21st century skills. Nowadays, they believe that this is the new skill set for the 21st century era. Okay, so we need to train the student who have like responsibility, have like active learning, to have like performance, to think about this kind of thing, do about the critical thinking. So this will be the skill set that important for this era. Okay, so when you design the program, once we talk about the curriculum design, we have to bring this up and see that do our curriculum drive the student on this performance or not? Okay, so when you go back to your country, don't forget to think about this. We're still on the 21st century, right? What year is this?
26
26. Oh, still long way to go now. And I say bye-bye before now. Alright, so once you go back to your country and you have to decide the curriculum, don't forget to think about this. Do our program design and teach the student by embed this part, the IT infrastructure and the system, IT system? Do we train them? I'm sure that your university have it, right? About the IT system, how to use the IT, how, especially nowadays, how to use AI for education. Okay, all right. And these are the key principles of the OBE. Okay, so at the beginning, set the clear goal for teacher and student. The clear goal comes from the learning outcome, because the student or teacher will see the clear picture that which way that they're gonna go. All right, and then design the educational system to change the learning outcome, to enhance the learning outcome. Okay, so that means when you decide the curriculum, make the learning outcome clear. Design the teaching and learning, design the assessment, okay, to drive the student to achieve that goal. And the important thing is, you must expect that everyone 100% must achieve the expected learning outcome. We cannot say that, okay, I have 100 students in the class, let's say like this, 13 students, I expect only these two to understand what I teach today. The rest is up to you. It's impossible. You have to expect everyone understand and can be able to achieve on that level. Okay? And don't forget to provide something to support, to help them to understand and go achieve what they want, the learning outcome. Okay, I will go to this slide. The rest you can read. I will go to this slide. Okay, the thing that you can see in here is the way you design the curriculum and the course learning outcome. Not the course, the program learning outcome. Okay? Look at the left side first. Okay? The important information come from stakeholders. Who is going to be the stakeholders for education? The first person, of course, student. Okay? The second is alumni. Do we have alumni? Yes. All right? The third group is going to be the academic staff. Because when you go back to be a teacher, you are an expert. You expert in that content, so they are one of the stakeholders. The last one is the big group, the employer. That means the market. It's to business now when we talk about it, we use the word market. But the truth is what the market wants. This is the business on education. So the market is maybe like the hospital sector. The hospital can divide it into the government and the private sector. In Thailand, we have private clinic, right? Some people want to be entrepreneur. They may want to be owner of the clinic. This is just only the beginning of thinking. But as a PT, it's not just only hospital, it's not just only clinic. do PT involve in wellness business? If yes, do we have to talk to them? All right. But the thing is, the market is too big, wider. So think back to yourself. Think back to the university. Think back to the faculty. What is the purpose of the university? What is the purpose of the faculty? And what is the purpose of the program? Before you make decision, not just keep asking everywhere spread around, but you have to find out who gonna strengthen your program, who gonna be the key partner for your program. Because in business, let's say like you have 3 universities in the same province, you want to be the number one, right? In business, of course. You want to have more students want to come to you. So you have to have this information, all right? So, from my experience, the hard part is identify the stakeholders, especially the business or the industry, because mostly teachers don't know how to decide it. Because we are teacher, right? We are not marketing, we are not business people. So you may have to find out a collaborator to help on this part sometime. Okay, but anyway, when you have all of the input from industry, the related industry with you, and also the professional organization, which is in Thailand will be the PT Council, PT Association Thailand. In your country, maybe the association, maybe have council, you have to have the requirement from the professional and also from country, okay? And think about what is the vision of the university. Have you ever heard about vision, mission, value? Yes, okay, good. So what is it? And do we have benchmark at national level, at international level? What are they? Bring it. All right, and also don't forget to think about the program educational objective, and then use all of this information to design the expected learning outcome at the program. Okay, and when you decide the expected learning at the program, some program may have like 7 expected learning outcome, 15 expected learning outcome, 20 expected learning outcome, whatsoever. It depends on how huge of the program. Okay? And then use the expected learning outcome to decide the program curriculum. So that means the curriculum will not decide by nothing. The curriculum will decide from what the market needs. Because the market will tell you, and then you decide the outcome and use those outcomes to decide the program. Okay? Why do we have to have anatomy in the first year or the second year? Why do we need to study the neurophysio or the neuroscience in the first or second year? Why do we have to study biomechanics? Why do we still have this or that? Okay? That will come from the requirement. Okay? Right? Okay. So, and you're gonna see the sequence of learning. Can we study anatomy after we study biomechanics? Why? Because you need some information from anatomy to explain and make students understand easier about mechanics. So you're gonna see the sequence of learning. Study this part first and go this. Can we practice the clinical practice first before we study the physical exam? No, impossible, right? So this will be the thing, okay? We want to see the sequence of learning, how to use the information to decide the certain numbers of course in the curriculum, and then how you arrange the sequence of learning, okay? And later, when you have all of that, you're gonna come up with the course syllabus. I'm sure that you got the course syllabus. Everybody have course syllabus in your iPad. This are the way before the course syllabus come up. Okay? Okay, so when you get the course, you have to design the course syllabus and the program specification. I mean the program book. You can see the program specification from the website of the university of the faculty for this program also. Okay, for the program specification, will tell you everything about the program, but the course specification will tell you everything about that course. Okay, and later, how to design teaching and learning. And as I mentioned earlier, that we need to conduct environment, design the experience, something for you to train. Let's say like we have like guest speaker for you, right? We have like bring you around to see, have experience in culture, in lab, in hospital. That will be the thing that you have to decide how to use this support to drive the student to achieve learning outcome. And in this figure, you can see that I use the word constructive ally. That means everything must go together to make sure that the student will achieve the expected learning outcome. Okay? And for this part, don't worry, this will be the part that, okay, for the program, we have to decide the inclusion, we do research, we have the inclusion, exclusion criteria, right? So we also, when we have you guys, then we have inclusion and exclusion also. Congratulations, you passed all the inclusion, huh? That's the reason why you're still here. Okay? So, as a curriculum designer or a teacher in the future, you have to decide this also. Alright? What kind of competence, what kind of level of performance, what kind of knowledge that you need before come or get into this program. After you finish, graduate, congratulations. The thing is, as a teacher, you must make sure that all learning outcomes are achieved. How many learning outcomes that you have? Course learning outcome. You have to make sure that at the course level, the student achieve course learning outcome. When they graduate at the program level, you have to make sure that the student achieve program learning outcome. And all information will send back to the university. And in the same time, the university, every university loves to ask you and your employer about satisfaction of your performance when you go to work. Have you ever seen this kind of question? Some student, let's say like title just graduate. When title go back to work in some hospital, will send letter to his boss and ask about his performance to make sure that how about the satisfaction of our product, because product of our output, okay, in the market, right? Think about business. When you have product of your own, when you sell that, do you want to hear the voice? Is it good? What kind of thing that we need to improve? That will be the process of improvement. And send all information back to the university and back to the program for the next batch of improvement. This will be the cycle of the outcome-based education. Okay? Okay. I still have 5 minutes and ton of slide. I'm sure that you can read it. But the thing that I want to point out, this. Okay, we see this. This is the ASEAN Reference Qualification Framework. Go down, title, go down. Up. Good. Okay? Yeah, that one. Okay. This is the qualification framework. Actually, different countries have different, I use this word, okay. Different countries have their own qualification framework. Philippines has their own. China has their own. Okay? I'm sure Myanmar has their own. Vietnam also. Everybody have it. But as ASEAN universe, as ASEAN level, we have ASEAN qualification reference framework for education that divided into 8 levels. Level 8 is for PhD. Okay? Level 7 is for the master level. Okay? Level 6 for the undergrad. And you can see that they have 2 domains, 2 important domains. The first thing is about the knowledge and skills. The second part is the application and responsibility. Okay? Look at the master level that ASEAN people expect you guys to have after graduate. Is after graduate, for the knowledge and skill, they expect you to have the knowledge or skill is at the forefront of the field in PT. Okay? Because this one is for whole bunch of master program. Okay? Not just only PT, right? Everything who have master level must be achieved this. Forefront of the field and show mastery of body of knowledge. This is what ASEAN people expect from you. Can you do that? Let's see. At the second year, at the end of this program. The next, involve critical and independent thinking as the basis for research to extend or redefine knowledge or practice. This is what they expect from you. I know you think don't expect that much. Even me myself, I don't expect that much. No, you have to do this. And I'm sure that if you go back today, go back to the program book, the program specification, the book, we call it TPF2. All right, you go back to search, or you go back to read the program learning outcome of our program, and see that do our program learning outcome align. The wording align, it doesn't mean that put every single word in our program learning outcome, but when you read the program learning outcome of Master PT Mahidol University, is it aligned to these 4? Okay? This is what the ASEAN wants from you guys. But for the PhD level, you're going to see that the level will be shifted a little bit higher. And this one is for undergrad, will be a little bit lower, okay? So, this is for the Australian qualification framework. For Australian, they have the undergrad or the bachelor degree at level 7 because they have like the diploma also. So it depends on which country, all right? So you don't have to worry. And also, the domain will be quite similar. The domain of knowledge, domain of skills and applications, all right? So, if you design your program, go back to your country, design the program. Don't forget to take a look at this. Look at your qualification framework on your own country first, and then if you want to raise the bar of the qualified, you may have to take a look in other benchmark. Okay? I'll give you some example in here, and this is level 9. Okay, and see, different countries have different explanation. I want to show you this, the word of the learning outcome. When we decide the learning outcome, when we write the word learning outcome, okay, we need this. Because today, you're gonna write the learning outcome by yourself. Okay? You're gonna write it by yourself. We need to have this action verb on the sentence of the learning outcome. You need to have like action verb, you need to have subject, and you need to have context. Okay? This will be the part that you need to explain. Okay, come to the taxonomy first. At the beginning, I told you this is action verb, right? So they start with the action verb. The action verb comes from the educational taxonomy. So taxonomy, mostly we use Bloom taxonomy to decide the course learning, to decide the action verb. Okay? For Bloom, look at this. This one is the previous one, and now they move to, they change this one. So the beginning level is gonna be the remember. So think about us, our performance. We must be remember things first before we understand, right? We try to remember the name of the muscle, remember origin insertion, remember the action. Can you remember that? And even nerve supply, which level of the root that come to this nerve and then go to which muscle, what kind of action, those kind of things, right? And then we apply it to biomechanics. We apply anatomy to biomechanics. And then we apply anatomy biomechanics to the physical exam. Something like that. So this is the part of cognitive that we learn. We have to remember things, understand, and then we apply something to make sure that we understand all of this, we know all of this, and later we start to analyze. We apply biomechanics to understand the movement, and then we can analyze the movement, and then we do the evaluation. Is that movement correctly, precisely? What kind of thing that disappear or impair, right? And then you design the intervention for that person. Does it make sense for this flow? Okay, this is a process that we have been trained for many years as a PT. Okay, but when we talk about Bloom taxonomy, they will cut a little bit. Like for undergrad, they expect you to have this level. Okay? For master level, they expect you to have a little bit higher. But for the PhD level, they expect just only the upper one, the create. So that's the reason why for the PhD itself, mostly will go for research. Right? Or even gonna be the clinical research to decide the new intervention in their career. That will be the PhD level. Okay? But for master level, okay, you can evaluate, you can decide and do the research at the beginning. Better than undergrad, deeper than undergrad, but not as PhD, something like that. Okay, so we will use this one as an action verb, but I'm sorry, they still have like affective domain. Okay, and also they also have like psychomotor domain for the action verb. Psychomotor domain means the hand-on skills. Okay, the performance that you want to see. All right. I also give you some example of the action verb on the back. But anyway, come to this one first. When you write down the action verb, don't forget the word smart. Okay. When you read the action verb, is it specific? Okay? This is a definition. Accurate states what a successful student is expected to achieve. Can you see that on that learning outcome? The next one, measurable. Okay? Let's say like this. After finish this course, the student must be extravagant, outstanding, explain. How to measure outstanding, extravagant? I don't know. So that makes sense, right? So the thing is specific. What you're gonna achieve? The thing that you want students to achieve must be measurable, not just dream, not feeling. Okay? Achievable. The next one will be the realistic, relatable to the key aims of the program. And the last one, like I mentioned earlier, time. You have 1 hour. We don't expect you to train like the whole bunch of things. You have 4 months. I don't expect you to have just only the little outcome, right? So you have to fine tune this. Okay? This one will be another definition or another explain. Maybe might make you understand easier. The specific is what do you want to do, and the measurable is how do you know when you are reach it. That means the measurable. Okay, so you can do this. But the thing is, when you bring them together, they're gonna start with the action verb, followed by the subject, content, and context. This one may be added or not. Okay, so that's the reason why when you read some example of the learning outcome, there are so many examples of learning outcome, okay, which is different. Okay, I'll give you, okay, this one is the table of action verb. The reason that I'm saying sorry, because at the level of remember, you can use this one. Define. If the student can define, that means they remember what it is. Define the name of the muscle. That's important for elevate arm up. Oh, yeah, you name the muscle. That is just only the remember. Okay? Understand. Student must be discussed. Okay? So let's say like if they can discuss, identify or discuss how this muscle can help for elevate arm up or flex shoulder, something like that. Okay? And this one will be applied. You can shopping from this list for the action verb, analyze, evaluate, and create. Okay? And also, this is for the affective domain. And the next one will be the psychomotor domain. You can see the word create at the end of this part also. Alright, so some keyword, some action verb can be both psychomotor domains and cognitive domain. So don't be serious on that part too much. But the thing is, I want you to make sure that okay, you understand, you know the level that you want the student to achieve, and then you go to shopping the keyword from the action verb, and the rest will be the writing down the outcome. Okay? This is some example from University of New England. This is the outcome from the program outcome of the PT program, undergrad. They have 13. Let's say like this. The student must be demonstrate culturally sensitive verbal, non-verbal, and written communications that are effective, accurate, and timely. Okay, this is some example. And this is another example for the DBT cell. Okay? Formulate the physical therapy diagnosis. Is it clear? Action verb is formulate, right? Formulate what? Formulate the physical therapy diagnosis. Can you measure it? That can we measure that the student can formulate the physical therapy diagnosis? How to measure it? The practice exam, right? Or the clinical practice. You see that? Okay, do. And if you can formulate, if you can diagnose, and you know that where is the diagnosis come from, what kind of physical exam that you have, and the clinical reasoning, thinking already, and then formulate the diagnosis for this case. You can see that this will be some example for the PT. Okay, so I will go for this. Like I mentioned earlier, all of this will be aligned. So when we talk about the program learning outcome, the course learning outcome, they have to be aligned. Let's say like this: if the program learning outcome say that you must be explain blah blah blah, but when you use that program learning outcome to design the course, but the course use the student use the action verb above the program learning outcome, this is not good. All right, because we need the alignment. If this one say apply, so the cost no higher than apply. Can it be lower? Yes, at the beginning, but at the 4th year, have to reach apply. Okay? And this one is the backward design, like I mentioned earlier. When you got the program learning outcome, then you design backward for the curriculum. All right? It takes time to explain and practice on the design of curriculum. You don't have to do it now. But the thing that I want you to do is here. I'll give you 15 minutes. I think they have paper for you. Okay. One for each. I'm sorry, I'm old school. Do you have pen, pencil to study? This one. Okay. Now's your job. I give you 15 minutes, okay, to answer these 3 questions. The first question is, what do you expect after graduate from this program? Okay, for yourself, this is for yourself. Okay, and what is the important performance of PT in the next 5 years? When you graduate from this program, think about the next 5 years. What will be the key or the important performance? The last one will be, what are the competencies or treatment techniques you want to learn? Is it too hard? Can you finish it 15 minutes? Okay, please.
Should we write our name or to be anonymous?
You can have your name.
Okay.
Because this is not thing at all. Because if I will go for the next exercise. Why do we have this on the shelf? Why is it wrong?
Really not over.
I thought it's like 3 years ago. Do you graduate from the Santo Tomas? You know Christian? I cannot read.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah, but I'm really fine with it. Just thinking. I don't know what I want. What do you want? See. The next program. Okay, this is not an exam. Okay, this is not an exam. Just your idea. Okay, don't be stressed out now. The hard part will be the next. This one is chill. You don't have to write like a novel นะ Very long sorry just what you want what you expect that's it Are you done? No not yet not yet Whose project? You. เก็บไว้ยังไม่ถ่ายรูปเก็บไว้เหรอ
อ๋อเดี๋ยวแค่
เก็บไปเลยใช่ไหม
ไม่แค่งาน
อ๋อ
แค่งานแบบพิเศษ
Now it's going to be your research project. TMS and APS. Okay, 5 more minutes. We'll move to the next. Come on. Just make it simple. No right or wrong. Just want to know your idea. What do you want? What do you want? What do you expect from this program? Expect to travel around Thailand, shopping Bangkok every day. Done? Yes, good. See, it's simple. Don't worry. You don't have to use like my slide to answer the question. Doesn't matter, nah? Okay? It depends on what you want. I ask your opinion. So don't try to like the action work. No more. I'm just asking what your opinion, what you want from this program. What do you want? What do you want from this program? Okay, what do you want from this program? What do you expect after graduate from this program?
I read my assignment.
Yes. What do you expect?
I will not only learn to understand, but learn to apply in the real world situation about how physiotherapy actually works.
Okay. She expect to have like experience on the real work for the PT. You can just write that. Okay. And what do you expect? Okay, so she expect more to know more on the cardiovascular. Okay? Easy.
What are you thinking?
What do you expect? Okay. Okay, she wants to know more on evidence-based practice. Okay, she wants to know more on knowledge and skills, clinical skills on PT. This is what I want from you for the number one. You don't have to write the action verb. Oh my God, I'm sorry, man. My English is bad. What is the important performance of PT after graduate for this program in the next 5 years? What do you think?
To improve my communication skills.
Okay, for the next 5 years, he's thinking, okay, communication skills is important. All right? Pao,
Improving quality of care.
quality of what?
Quality of care.
Okay. She think like, okay, in the next 5 years, the important performance is the quality of care. That means the intervention, the treatment of PT, right? She pay attention on the quality of it. Okay, boom. So whom pay attention, think like next 5 years, the innovation or the innovation, rehabilitation or technology that will be important in the next 5 years. What about, sorry, Miu?
I improve the evidence-based searching.
For the next 5 years? Okay, so for her, still pay attention on the evidence-based practice to improve the PT performance. Okay? What about the competence or treatment technique that you want to learn? Iwi, what do you want to learn from this program?
Learn advanced manual therapy.
Advanced manual therapy. How about the
I want to learn about teaching and learning technique and other treatment technique specific in the pediatrics such as DNS or movement analysis.
she points out to the specific intervention that she wants. I love to hear that she wants to study more on teaching and learning. Thank you. Title.
I want to learn the modality to support the neuron about the TMS, CDCS, PMS,
Okay.
and advanced measurement for
Okay.
research.
So he wants to study on fancy equipment. I love that. All right. Win.
I want to learn about the sport PT techniques because in Vietnam we don't have standardized protocol or program for sport PT.
Good. Okay. So he think like, okay, the competence, important competence that will be sport performance, sport PT practice protocol.
To improve my critical thinking and able to bring knowledge in the field of research media.
Okay. So we will gain on experience on research. So why do I ask you this kind of information? After you listen to 13 input from these 3 questions, can you see the way to summarize? So what actually these 13 input want the PT who graduate from this program to achieve? Evidence based. Okay, two of them mention about the evidence based. Two of them mention about the technology, high fancy equipment. Can you see the redundance of the information? What does it mean, the redundance of the information? That means people see that important, right? So that means in the market, if you guys are the owner of the hospital, owner of the clinic, and you say that okay, two of them want evidence-based practice, two of them want the high technology advanced thing, which way that the program should go? This is some example. All right? Can I have? Yes. Can I have it? Yes. Okay. Can you pass it to the front? Don't worry. This one.
Here.
Come on. Bring it back. And now, okay, I'm just wonder, how many of you have no experience work at all? Just graduate. Just graduate. How many of you no experience at all? I'll just graduate and come directly to the master program. No work experience, nothing. Okay, that's good. Keep you outside the box. You have no experience, no work. Okay, good. You work. Oh, you're so young. Work. I want. No. You work. No. Work. No. Okay. Why I'm asking this? I want you to identify yourself into 4 groups. So I expect that no experience of working will be these 2. Okay? For the experience, you put yourself in this. Okay? Can you move to sit together in 4 groups? Okay? Up to you.
Academic stuff.
Who want to be the employer? Who want to be the employer? Who want to be? Who want to stay in the shoes of the employer?
Raise your hand now. Raise your hand.
Up to you. No problem at all. So if you want to be the employer, just sit here. Okay? That part. For the student, that one. Alumni here. Who want to be the teacher? Come here.
Student. Who's student ตรงนี้
No, I am not allowed because I always like sit down.
เรามีแต่สติวเดนคนไทยนะครับ Oh no we have Philippines. Oh thank God Three. Good. We can see the future of teaching now. What does it mean?
Okay, create.
What does it mean? Okay. You also have the paper for your group, right? Just only one paper is enough.
What is it?
Okay, hold on. You have 4 groups.
Okay.
This is the teacher. This is employer. Okay, good. Student and who are alumni. Divide it. Separate yourself a bit.
Title.
Alumni. Come here. Another one. No. I want one more. One. Okay. Ken or C. Can you one of you come to be an alumni?
สิทธิ์เก่า
Market, okay. I want to be at the market. Who want to be
Shin
alumni?
group?
One of you.
Shin group?
Ken or C?
See. Rock paper scissors.
Okay. This one is student, just graduate. Oh no, not just graduate. Currently student. Sorry.
Okay.
And this is alumni. Alumni means you already graduate. Okay, you already graduate. Don't be serious, okay? It's just for fun.
It's my idea. I don't know.
Okay, just for
Okay
fun.
or not. What do you think?
Go back to the same question. In the shoes of employer, what do you expect? I don't think you're gonna expect similar as your idea. Now you have the hat of the employer, the owner of business. If you have to pay your money from the pocket to hire the student who graduate master program, what do you want from this stream? Okay? Similar like you. If you go back to teach them,
Yes, same question, but
what you expect?
This student.
Okay?
So answer this.
As an
ใช่
alumni,
ก็คือใช้โจทย์นี้ใช่ไหม
what do you
ใช่ก็เหมือน
expect?
ที่ตอบ
Student is fine
Same
because
question.
the friend already gave it to
Same
them.
answer.
Okay.
Same.
You can have more. You can have more. You can come up more.
Easy, just answer what we answered earlier.
คิดอันดืด
Fighting. Fighting.
evidence based
After evidence-based practice andอันนี้คือข้อหนึ่งใช่ไหมโคตรกดดัน Specialized clinical reasoning skill.
In number 1.
Yes.
What you said?
Specialized clinical reasoning skill.
What do you want them to achieve?
And leadership ability to
As an
innovate
alumni,
patient care.
what you want them to, what do you want them to achieve or have more on this program?
What do you think?
No copy นะ
no copy
Copy ค่ะ
I love to hear from this group, a big group, rich people talking.
What else you said?
Money talk.
Leadership ability to innovate patient care.
Number 2. Very important.
number 2
What your answer number 2?
Number 2.
นี่ไง improve quality of care
Yeah, same na.
same ไง
You know how we're when the students
what you answer
Hmm?
what you answer
critical thinking
What?
before
Yeah.
you do it
it's different from research.
Next, utilize high-level evidence-based practice for complex conditions.
Academic and scientific
ทำไมกูบอกแล้วไม่เชื่อวะ
right now
What else was we learned?
โอเค
Why you don't ask me
I asked all of you. What to answer?
I answer you don't believe me I will answerเอ้าเอ้ยนี่ไงแมนนวดแทนเพื่อน
อันนี้ข้อสอบแล้วเหรอ
เอ้ยข้อส
เอ้ย
อบ
มันเขียนข้อสอบ
ตายแล้วดูบอลไม่ได้
โอเค ทำไมแกงเขียนชื่อในกระดาษ
ไม่เหมือนนามสกุลคนไทย
What do you know that we have here? In my idol university.
number 3 เหรอ
In your field, you're pedia, right? So in neuro we have TMS, SNI,
My dear master program don't think like Superman นะ just master don't go that far okay master program I was just like
เปล่า
wow
เขียนมาถาม
that's
เกี่ยว
so
กับ
many things as a teacher they're supposed to be teacher
what we learned last time. What we learned last time.
so many things they're supposed to be teacher
อีอะไรวะ
อาจารย์พีใช่ไหมอิเล็กโตเมคานิคอล
เดี๋ยว
แพ็กกิ้ง
system
ซิสเต็ม
Electromagnetic.
อิเล็กโตแมกเนติก
Tracking system.
แพ็กกิ้ง
Tracking.
tracking system
no tracking
นี่
tracking
Tracking.
and yesterday
physio flow
yes video flow
Is your flow.
and
only
You know other else? You know other that they have here for pedia?
hippo herpes I will go September have why
eye movement
I movement
What is hypnotherapy?
hippo you don't know
right
Right.
horse
Hypno.
เอ้ย
no
โนหมูเด้งเลย
Hippopotamus.
horse therapy เหรอจริงโอ้ therapy
อู้visit คือแบบ hospital
this is hippotherapy
Really in horse?
yeah
don't have in Philippines เหรอ
We have horse in Philippines.
don't have
We have horse.
เรา don't have hippo
มี
herpes
แต่มา used for CP child
ทำไมไม่มี eye movement and eye tracking แล้วก็แบบ community อ่ะที่ไปโรงเรียนแล้วก็ visit visit healthcare เซมินา และกีวีไปไหมตอนบ่ายนี้ที่มีสัมมนาเข้าไปกันเยอะนะทำไมเข้าไปกันเยอะจัง
เหมือนอาจารย์นะแกบอกว่าอาจารย์ อาจารย์อะไรอ่ะ
LSD เหรอ
ใช่แกบอกว่าอยากให้เข้าแล้วเขาอ่ะก็คือทำเกี่ยวกับ Ultrasound Imaging ด้วยก็เลยต้องเข้าแกนี่แหละ Advisor อะไร First Giving อะไร
ไม่ใช่
ไม่ใช่คนไทยไม่ใช่คนไทย
Are you ready? Wow. See? When business people talk, they have so many things that they need. Okay, come on. All right, come back. Oh, you can sit down.
คือซูซี่อ่ะ
I'm just wonder. Can you share? Okay, let hear from teacher first. Okay, please listen to them and think about the master level. Go.
Okay, for the first one, what do you expect after graduate from our program, and what we expect for the student after graduate from our program is to emphasize in teaching and learning skill, of course, because we are more focused on teaching and learning, not just clinical and critical thinking. And then the second one is to develop research based on scientifically evidence-based. And then the third one is how are we gonna expect students to academic and scientific thinking. So it's not more just clinical reasoning. And then for the second questions, what is the important performance for MSc? And the first one is use AI ethically, because I think in the 5 next years, maybe physiotherapist skills about clinical decision making and critical thinking will be replaced by AI. And we are afraid that maybe physiotherapist is just a worker. And then the second one is to how we communicate. So it's the communication skill, because maybe in the 5 next years, we are more socially interact in online. Okay, and then the third one is how are we going to work in a multidisciplinary research and profession, because in the 5 next years, maybe there will be a new occupation or new job, and we are going to work with them. Because in the last age, there will be no data science research, data science work or something like that. And then the third one, the competency that we want our student to learn based on the second question. So it is AI ethics, soft skill about communication and research and profession. And then the third one is ability to develop research independently.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now we go to the rich people. Okay, and you?
So as employers who are employing Master of Science graduates, the first question, the expectation from the graduates we will be hiring would be them being able to organize a clinical environment which is suitable for both treatment and rehabilitation. The second one would be demonstrating soft skills to be a professional who can apply practice ethically. And the third one, demonstrate educational qualification to be able to manage patients and be able to be an educator as well. So that will be the expectations from the graduate. That will be the key expectations other than the subject.
All right.
So in terms of important performance of Master Science taking next 5 years, so if the employees we are employing, what we expect from the next 5 years as the contribution to the company would be enhance the clinical practice by evidence-based decision making, being able to be the leaders or the frontliners in leading the rest of the physiotherapy community in the clinic, and collaborate with other professionals in terms of the treatment and expanding the business. And last one would be organizing training programs to enhance the skills of the physiotherapist. So the third one, what are the competency we require from the master graduate students would be demonstrating excellent skills in handling therapeutic techniques, especially the novel techniques that are coming up in the physiotherapy world, because we believe in the next 5 years there will be more instruments and there will be more technology. So we believe the master students are able to handle them better compared to a bachelor student. Initiate novel technology and innovation for diagnosis and treatment. Since the master students, since they are graduates, some of them can be planning for PhD. So we do need them to demonstrate being able to innovate new technology, or else if there's new technology present, being able to integrate them in the clinical environment. And last one, creating standardized protocols on evidence-based practice, because rather than a bachelor student, we believe that master students can bring out evidence-based practice and make standardized protocols. So that's our expectation.
Okay. That sounds interesting. Okay, thank you. Okay, can you see the redundance or the thing that's similar between these two groups? Okay, and thank you very much. And the similar between these two groups and the previous from you guys, from yourself. You can see something similar, okay? Next, we'll go to alumni first. Okay, to be honest, give to alumni first. Who want to present? Okay, title.
Okay, as the alumni role, and we think the important explanation is get a job.
Get a job.
Okay, and aspect about have the certification about the both of the theory and clinical knowledge in PT. So the second one is the important performance in 5 years. I think the first one is the PT skill in the advanced skill. So with the communication skill to communicate with the patient and caregiver or family, and also the other worker in the hospital or clinic. So the third one is can adapt the knowledge to the new healthcare trend. So and able to take on the more responsibility, such as the role of management in the clinic or hospital. So the next is the competency. Okay, the first one is in the advanced method technique to and on the adaptation. So also the advanced modality to use to the patient. And the last one is can we use the clinical listening and decision making in complex cases.
Okay, thank you. So we still have some similar. Okay, to the newbie, the youngest one, who gonna be please? Okay.
Okay, after graduating from this program, my primary expectation into effectively evidence-based practice directly into clinical treatment. Through this program, I expect you the first one as one my specialized clinical skill. I want to sharpen my practical expertise so that I can apply the latest specific evidence directly to optimize patient care and treatment outcomes. And last one, cultivate clinical leadership. I aim to develop the leadership ability needed to guide my team and share best practice and help raise the overall standard of care in my clinical work. Please.
And for important performance of master degree in the next 5 years, I think ability to clinically assess research to be able to use in practice and utilize high level evidence-based practice to complex conditions, and communication skill for the other clinician and to build better rapport in patient and student. and some published work or output.
Okay. And still have more?
We answer all.
Yes.
And lastly, for competency and treatment technique that you want to learn, we want to utilize what we have in the university and basing on the knowledge that our professor will distill into us, aside from self-learning, from what we know, what we have in the university is advanced manual therapy or biomechanic tools, there for neuro.
That's fire alarm.
ไฟไหม้จริงวะ
What is it be done with this? But all the teachers are coming. No, all the teachers are coming. Can we in charge also?
Calm down
ต้องซื้ออ่ะ It's brand new อ่ะ It's brand new It's important
อาราม
อาจจะมือ
เก็บของเลยไหม
Should we go home?
Done. I think 4 alarm. Okay. You finish. You have to finish. Yeah. Okay.
Just for neuro, we have TMS and NIRS assessment, like electromagnetic tracking system, the tissue flow, hypotherapy for pediatric patients, eye movement and eye tracking, and also know the situations in local community setting when it comes to physical therapy and their accessibility and what they know about physical therapy.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. Again, when we ask the opinion from different stakeholders, you're gonna get some information, and you're gonna see the relevance of the information. Again, that means those information are very crucial, right? Let's say like evidence-based practice for sure, the technology IT for sure, all right? The communication. Okay, let's say like this. If we have to write, if you want to sit there, that's fine. If you have to write the expected learning outcome at the program level, okay? Now you have to write it down. And you're gonna look at the action verb for the cognitive or psychomotor domain or affective domain. Write down the expected learning outcome. Okay, I'll show you one thing. Let's say like communications. Okay. As the master level, what should be the expected learning outcome for the communication? Go back. I know that you want to see the action verb. Okay, let's say it like this. If I say, after graduate from this program, the student must be able to demonstrate the communication or demonstrate effective communication skills via verbal, written communication. Okay, again. After graduate, the student must be demonstrate the effective communication. What is it? The black of here. Sorry. Demonstrate effective communication skills. If I say it like this, after graduate, you must be able to demonstrate effective communication skills via research, presentation, and thesis writing. Okay, think about the SMART. Because this one is the action verb, right? The demonstrate. Right? And the demonstrate is on here. Because you want the student to act, you want to see them demonstrate. Okay? You want them to show you the effective communication. Can we measure the effective communication during the research presentation? Can we measure it? During presentation, how can we measure the presentation, the skill on the communication?
How the student present their presentation.
How do they present? How about the slide that put on? How about the performance? About the verbal talking? How to answer or respond to the questions? Those kind of things, right? So that, can we evaluate those parts?
Yes.
Yes, of course. So measurables, what is it, right? And this is writing. Can we measure
Yes.
the communication via writing? Of course, spelling check or grammatic error, those kind of stuff, right? Or the pattern of the format. Okay? So, after finish this, is it okay for this communication? But this one point out to, mostly will go for the research communication. But if you think, okay, because again, if you think like your program have to train them to communicate with the patients, you may add other part of the clinical communication, research presentation, to be some example to see the clear picture of it. Okay? It depends on how you're going to write it. Okay? Can you see this? Okay, good. Now we'll go for the next part. Can I have what you write? Send it back to me. You don't have to write the name. Thank you. Next will be your assignment. Now it's private work now. This individual work. Oh, this is the book. Yeah. Okay. Not individual work. We have like individual work for you and group work for you. So, a group of 2 students, but for this group, I give 3. Okay? I don't know you guys. I don't know the background. I just look at the face. And one thing is, I try to get rid of the group of Thai people. The reason that you study international program is communication and learn from different countries. So don't dare to let me see you sit together again. All right. Whom, C, and Ken will be together for 3 people. Pao and Wen. Win. Sorry. Not Win, sorry. Mil and Rosie. Not one Thai. Okay, good. Da and Dennis. No, you too close. Jusa, where are you? Okay, so Da with Jusa. Why? Learn from different cultures. It's fun, it's fun. That's the reason why we love to go to study. Okay, and title with this, okay, and Kirsch with Kiwi. All right, good. I almost forget one Thai student. Okay, good. All right, the thing is, I want you guys, each of you, okay, searching for stakeholder needs. Each of you. That means will not be the same people. Especially the people who come from different countries are going to be fine. Come from Indonesia, just ask back to Indonesia. Okay? Let's say like if you want to ask employers from Indonesia, your friend alumni. I think you have alumni who graduate already from this program. Or ask a teacher from your university. Okay? About the 3 questions. 3 different stakeholders, 3 questions. Okay? That means you're gonna have 9 answers. Okay? From this, and then, oh no, sorry, not 3 questions. Just only these 2 is enough. That's too much. These 2 questions. What are the important competencies from Master PT in the next 5 years? It's going to be the same questions. And the next question is going to be the same. What are the treatment technique or technique for the PT technique from Master that they need for the next 5 years? Okay. Why do I ask for the next 5 years? Can you guess? Why do I ask for the next 5 years? Why I just ask like, what do you want? What is different between these 2 questions? Are you doubt? Why? Really, why have to ask for the next 5 years? Right. Because when you revise the curriculum, it will take a little bit long time to revise. It depends on each country, but mostly it will take 4 to 5 years to revise as a regulations. Okay. But if you ask like, if you want to do like urgent revise, let's say like, okay, you want to revise next year, and for this program, the lifetime is just only the study duration is just only 2 years graduate, right? So you may ask just only next 2 years. It should be okay. It depends on duration of the curriculum. So each of you ask. For the employer, you can ask the owner of clinic. You can ask the head of the PT department. You can ask those people who want to hire PT. But the problem is the master program now. All right, not just only undergrad, the master. So, do you think the requirement gonna be different? between master and BSc. Of course, they expect more. You're more clever, you come to study, so they expect a little bit more, right? But I want to sometimes just want to say, don't expect that much, right? But you can't do it. You can't stop their expectation. And if you want to answer or respond to their expectation, because you're gonna design the product for yourself, so you need to know what you want. All right? Okay. These two questions. And then when you send email to, because I'm sure that you're gonna send email to ask them, you have to CC me.
Can I ask something?
Yes.
Email is not common in English. We're using WhatsApp to communicate.
What's that? You just cap the question and answer and send to me. It doesn't mean that I don't trust you, but I want the evidence based. This makes sense. You can use WhatsApp, that's fine. Okay? Send to them, and when they answer, you try type on the paper, right? But you cap the WhatsApp, put in there. Alright? Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to send to me.
Okay.
Good. I don't have to read too many email type. So I'm gonna read at the end. Okay? So, but if you send email to them, you can copy email and place it in the report. You don't have to send to me. You don't have to say, oh, clever. Okay. I'm just thinking because the past whole bunch of email in my inbox. Okay. I need to go Okay. Good. So when you get the answer, later you pull all stakeholder needs from the group member, okay, and develop to PRO. Okay, develop to PRO. And don't forget to identify knowledge or skills, the competence that need to achieve for that PRO. Let's say like this. You say that, okay, demonstrate effective communication skill. What is the skills that you want to see from this? Right? This is the whole bunch of communication, right? On research, presentation. So what do you want to see? What kind of skills that you want to see on communicate, on presentation? What kind of skills that you want to see on thesis writing? Okay? Just list it down. Any questions for the assignment? I put this one. You're gonna do it or not, that's fine. Just try to see like, okay, for the PRO number 1, is it specific, measurable, blah, blah, blah. You just want to make sure. But if you don't want to do this table, that's fine. Okay? But when you do it, just want you to check that it's smart or not. Okay? That will be the assignment. No exam. Is it easy? No. So yeah, easy, right? At least some people say easy. Any questions for the assignment? Yes.
In terms of alumni, ask someone who has graduated from this with another MS, like physical therapy MSc program from high.
No, I want from this program. If you don't have, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You can go to Kun Po. You use line. you can go to Kunpo, ask him for suggestion. Anyone that you suggest that I can contact. I want to talk to them about the assignment. Okay, is it good? So gonna make you have more collaboration with the alumni. Okay, not just know 13 people, you can know more. And in the future, I'm sure that you're gonna need to know more people in the future. All right, people can help, can share ideas. But to be fair, people have to ask that person first. Okay, you talk to people that can you ask them that they can contact. Just one alumni from you, from your group, from you. One alumni from Kiwi. Just find one alumni. So you're gonna have like 3 different alumni employer, or don't have to ask academic staff in here. Academic staff in here, the student, you guys have to ask. So mostly will be alumni and employer. You may have 2 employer, 1 alumni. You may have 3 employers. You may have 3 alumni, up to you. But I think the best way is try to have 2 of them, both of them. All right? Are you okay for that assignment?
Yes.
Okay, good. When you gonna send to me?
Next month?
Anyone gonna have longer than next month?
No.
Next week, yeah, it's already next month.
I'm fine. You can send me before your presentation. Because when you start, Ajahn Kamat already assigned the presentation on teaching. If you look at the course syllabus, have you? Yes, of course. Look at the course syllabus. When is the first time that you present?
November.
12 November. How about the end of the October?
I thought there's a 29th of October.
Oh, 29 October, okay. How about 15th of October?
Okay.
Is it good?
Yes.
What is today?
Today is 27th of October. 1.5.
Is it good?
Yes.
Don't forget it, huh? All right. The thing is, if you can write the learning outcome properly, you can have all evidence and you analyze the outcome from the evidence that you already have. That's fine. Okay? Any more questions? If not, I give you 40 minutes for this assignment. I mean, I give 40 minutes back to you for assignment, okay? But it doesn't mean I have to finish today. I mean, because this is assignment. Okay, to be fair, when this is my habit, when I give you assignment, I have to give you a time. I'm sure that if you can have all information, okay, take is about like 30 minutes, and you take 10 minutes to write the learning outcome, and that's it. Okay? But the thing is, it's going to be a little bit hard to harvest the information. So 40 minutes should be fine. Okay? All right. Any comments? I know the slide is too much information. The key is like that. Okay? I try to give you more information, but I think I cover all of the outcome-based education. I'll see you again on the assessment. All right? If you don't have any question, yes,
Maybe the last question.
no problem.
It is about what we talked about today. So I understand that we have a theory about outcome-based education, learning, and teaching, but sometimes when we facing a real-world situation, it's not just like the theory, right? Especially in Indonesia, with my university. Sometimes lecturer will face a real-life situation which will the interest in stakeholder like upper position person and university interest is more important than the students. But the most important thing in stakeholder is the students, right? And may I ask your opinion about how the lecturers will face the situation where university is important, but the student is also important, and we don't have to neglect them.
Sure. So that's the reason why when we harvest information from the stakeholder, we have to have all of them. And when you come up with a program learning outcome, you have to point out that which program learning, like the slide that I have in here. You have to tell us that, okay, for this program learning that you already have, come from which stakeholders. Let's say like, okay, we cannot ignore them. So what they want have to align in some program learning outcome. But we don't use every single thing from the requirement because there are so many limitations, right? But if this is crucial and there are so many people talk about this, you have to concern about it, right? So from your question, if the student wants something, university wants something, the market wants something, you have to organize that and come up with a program learning outcome that respond to all of that requirement. You cannot say that this is the student talk, so I don't care. No. All right? So everything, you have to bring them together and analyze and come up with this. So when you come up with a program learning outcome, let's say like this, everybody wants it. Let's say like, okay, talk about AI. Let's say like this, AI technology. Everyone wants it. So you have to put it. But this one, let's say like something that student wants and some employer wants it. But alumni say, don't mention about this and academic stuff. Don't see this is important. But you can come up with another program learning outcome. Am I answering your question?
Yes, thank you so much.
So we don't ignore the request, but we have to prioritize. Sometimes it's impossible to have it. That's all. But we know what they want. Okay? All right. Enjoy your lunch. Thank you.
Thank you.